confirms that hate crimes against the Asian community have surged across several of the nation's major cities.
The J Train beating is brutal.
With a stick in her hand,
shouting in a Toisanese dialect to 70.
Like, it's really heartbreaking that it took 6 women to die, and like for people to even start talking about it. But like, it's even worse that people talked about it for 1 week and then it's like, it's a passing topic. No, it's not. It's so severe, and it adds more severity onto other problems that have been existent. Asian advocates began as just an idea that I thought of after seeing the rise in the anti-Asian hate and like the hate crimes, and barely anyone doing anything about it, especially the media not covering it enough. And like when I talked to my friends, no one really like thought of this as a problem. I wanted to create an organization that focuses on the Asian community. I think in general too, just the encouragement of like the Asian community to report hate crime is also like very low, especially with like the stereotypes and the model minority myth attached to it. It's like, oh, we're very meek, we like want to keep quiet about any situations that happen to us. Like Stop AAPI hate, they like have what, 3,000 4,000 last time that I checked. We basically began just writing about like all the anti-Asian hate that has been occurring, and then whether it's like in the past, present, and then just bringing more awareness. Besides like just writing publications, like we have a podcast, and we like create guides and then more like action steps too. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Sophia Jang. I'm a sophomore and I'm a graphic design major. I haven't been the target of anything like extreme, thank God, but like sometimes I'll go into a public place and people will look at me because I know that I don't look like them, especially in an area like this where it's like primarily Caucasian. Really is painful to see other people that look like you be attacked or like assaulted just because of the way they look. And I understand that like obviously this happens a lot more commonly for Black, Indigenous people of color, so it just like is very frustrating obviously to see this happening. This is the most like attention from the media that I've seen focused specifically on AAPI, like racially motivated things. The fact that like people were blaming Asians for the pandemic as a whole, because obviously like you can't just blame one race for a global pandemic.
In general, of being much more alert and cautious when going outside, because like this racism is targeted at no specific age group or no specific like person, honestly, by this point.
I used to go to Philly multiple times a week just like to walk around and stuff because I like the environment. Like I was born in Philadelphia, I wasn't raised there, but I love the city, something about it. Just like I don't like living in the suburbs. But after the crimes were brought to light, like I just, because I would go by myself, I was definitely a little bit hesitant about going to a very public place by myself. I just felt like a little uneasy, like something could happen. I stay in Center City usually, which is it's definitely one of the safest parts of the city.
So different ways that people can advocate for Asian awareness and be an ally is follow a guideline of like what I call it a guideline, but it's like these 4 steps. Ingrain it into your mind. And this is not just for like the Asian community. You can apply this to any community if you want to make an impact and make a change. My 4 steps is to acknowledge, educate, speak up, and then take action.